Good morning. You're listening to Lift Your Spirits with Dina Marie. Every Friday, I'll be here on KKNW, 1150 a.m. I will be introducing you to fascinating people, activities that will lift your spirits, and places that will inspire you. I am very happy to be here, and I love that song because the show today is not about sitting back and doing nothing. It's about showing up right here and right now and kind of pushing the limits and your fears and facing them. And I have to bring up that I wrote down that I want to see Sammy Hagar in Cabo Wabo. And so I bought the tickets. I'm going by myself, and I'm going to see Sammy Hagar. And 2001, 9/11 strikes, and I'm going to go see Sammy Hagar. And now I'm afraid to fly. And there's a hurricane. So here's two things thinking, I'm going to just take my tickets and go back. And the lady's like, you can't. You got to go forward. So no one was on the airplane. I got there. Nobody was in line to see Sammy Hagar. I was right there in front with Sammy Hagar in his band in Cabo Wabo for his birthday. Can you believe that? All right. So right here, right now.
Sounds like an awesome time. It's like a VIP thing, like you personalized musician.
It was, yeah. And I was the first one on the dance floor and up on stage.
I think you're the only person on the dance
Pretty
floor
much.
at that point.
Yeah. So anyways,
nice.
Face your fears and do it.
Yeah.
All right. So today, the Seattle Natural Awakenings June edition comes out. I'm going to run to Snohomish, pick it up, say hi to everybody. And again, it is like a child being born. You're exhausted when it goes to print, and then you see it, and it's just beautiful. And then I have to show it off to everybody. So that's what I'll be doing today. The June issue is packed with stuff to do because we got summer coming up. So go to the calendar section. I'm going to be at a wellness connection in Stanwood, June 7th. Young lady's going to be on the show next week talking about that. Pulled this thing off by yourself. It's something I would normally do. I just get to show up. And Stella Hudson is doing a great job. Summerfest is on Camano Island. I'll be going there afterwards. And I'll have Mark Ellinger on next week, and he'll be talking about Summerfest, festivals, fairs. There's a youth fishing derby at Kama Beach. It is free. And there's no fishing license or park pass, so you can go and bring your family and have a really good time, and it won't cost you anything. So that's on at Kama Beach. And East West has a solstice. East West has Krishna Das, June 28th. Center for Spiritual Living, that's in the June issue. And Ananda has a solstice celebration, June 21st. And that's just a couple things that are going on. So go to seattleawakenings.com. The issue is out now, probably at Whole Foods, libraries, just about anywhere you can see something free. That's a publication. East West is one of them. And you can also go to seattleawakenings.com, June 1st, and you can get the calendar online and the magazine. So just to mention, me and Ann are doing a road trip to Lopez Island on Saturday. She doesn't really, that's tomorrow, isn't it? She really doesn't know what she's getting into. But we're going to have a really good time. We're going to be spontaneous and live in the present moment. So about 4 weeks from now, I'll have her on the show talking about going with Dina Marie and going with the flow. So last week's activity was to bring your ideas to fruition. So instead of just thinking about things, getting out there and actually doing it. And today we're going to feel the fear and do it anyways, and touch on balance. How some people are not doing anything. Some people are out there just doing crazy things, and then there's something in the middle. I kind of started doing crazy things, and now I got to find some balance. And then there's those people I'm just trying to get on the dance floor. I learned to dance alone a long time ago, and it's a lot of fun. So today we're going to go to Northwest Canopy Tours on Camano Island. I love the island. I'm sure you're going to hear about it way too much. But when I first got there, I would drive by this beautiful red barn. And depending on morning or night, you just want to stop and take a picture. There's this beautiful lake. It's just gorgeous. And when the sun's going down, it's this very dark red, and it's gorgeous. And no idea that was where the zip lining was until I went to Kauai and I ziplined myself. And everyone on the island said, you got to go to Northwest Canopy Tours. So I did get there thanks to Tyler Erickson, and he'll be on the show later with his mom, Janene Evans, and we'll be talking about our experience. But today I have Mona Campbell on the phone. Hello, Mona.
Hi, Dina.
Can you tell me some history? Because I love the place, and I've heard all these great things, but we've only maybe talked a little bit about it. Can you give me some history of your family?
Sure. Our family's been here at the farm for over 100 years, and we're super attached to the farm, just like everybody on the island. And we really love the farm and the forest. And so our great-grandfather purchased it in 1912, and he's from Scandinavia, and a lot of Swedish settlers in this area at that time, but it's been in our family for a long time, and we want to keep it that way.
Yeah, and it kind of almost looks like a little St. Michelle winery. It used to look when I was little, we used to go there, but it was just this small building, and they were producing wine. And it was the cows? Was it dairy?
Yes, it was. The barn was built as a dairy barn, and our great grandfather started a dairy on Mercer Island and moved it to Seattle, and so he was very much a dairyman, and that's how the farm got started.
And it was by the Mariners Stadium? Is that where the second farm was?
Yeah, it was down on First Avenue South, and the dairy started in 1897 and functioned for many years and moved to Rainier Avenue, actually right under where I-90 goes today. But it merged in the 50s with other dairies, but it lasted for quite a long time.
Everyone close your eyes and imagine cows where the Mariners play, just for a minute, how beautiful that probably was at one time. And that now, he moved from Mercer Island to Camano.
Yeah, actually, the farm itself was a little bit separate from the dairy. Our great-grandfather, as I say, started the dairy, and he had two sons, and so the farm was really purchased for his second son. He thought that his first son, Alfred, would inherit the dairy, and that his second son, August, who is my grandfather, would inherit the farm. But sadly, his first son died in World War I, so my grandfather inherited both the farm and the dairy. They really functioned separately, but my grandfather managed them both. He inherited them both at age 23, if you can imagine that. But that's sort of the connection with the dairy.
And the family still lives there, or?
We now are the fourth generation managing the place, and my siblings and I, there are five of us, all work on the farm, and we're here sort of, some of us full-time, some of us part-time, but there's plenty to do, and so a big family is essential when you have a big place like this.
And I'm just going to throw this out. The lake, how did you keep everything so pristine? I mean...
Well, it's interesting because we have learned a lot since our mother sort of handed over the reins to our generation. We did what we could to learn about the land. We took a forest stewardship class. We took a sustainable small farm class, and we developed plans for both the farm and the forest. And we learned that you have to do quite a bit of management to, if you're going to have a timber operation, you really have to manage for invasive weeds, just like you do on the farm. And so we try to facilitate the wildlife and the natural habitat as much as we can, but it does require quite a bit of management.
And I can tell you, multiple men that sit over at Diamond Knot would love to fish in that lake. Like, before I go anywhere, I got to fish in that lake.
Well, a lot of people want to, but they're going to have to get in line because the bald eagles and the osprey do their work pretty efficiently and try and get every fish out of that lake. Beautiful.
I love it. So how you're sitting over dinner and you guys say, hey, let's have a ziplining business. How did that come about?
Oh, if it were only that easy.
Yeah.
No, it's interesting because we really love the farming and the woods here, and we didn't want to change that. We really wanted to do something that was sustainable and that would allow us to keep farming and keep our timber operation. And so we entertained a few different business ideas, and like some of us in the family had been ziplining in other places when we're on vacation, and it was around that time, and so I think it was my brother who said, well, what about ziplining? What about that as an idea? And at first we all were sort of like, oh, no way. But we really researched it and looked into the specifics of it, it consulted some experts, and determined that it was a wonderful fit because our goal here at Christopherson Farm is to celebrate family, honor heritage and respect the land. And so everything we do is really measured against that mission statement. And a zip line is a low-impact activity, really allows us to expose other people to this beautiful place. We have interpretive displays which help, teach people a little bit about what the place is all about, and so we can share it with the larger community.
Yeah, and I stopped by the other day, and I actually just sat in the sun and watched everybody get hooked up to go, and little kids are sitting next to me, and I mean, all ages. I just go there sometimes, and you're not there, but I just sit and watch.
Well, that's been a really cool thing about the tour is that it's really accessible to all ages. Our guides do an amazing job of taking care of all of the clipping and unclipping, and so that you don't really have to know any special thing about zip lining. You just have to show up and follow a few instructions, and so we get multi-generational groups going, a dad's birthday, a grandfather's birthday. A woman celebrated her 97th birthday on the tour. We had a proposal last weekend, marriage proposal, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and if you're sitting there where they're all getting hooked up, you can hear the other people coming down going, woo, like that. Yeah. So how many lines are there?
There are 6 zip lines, and everybody gets loaded into this cool Unimog. It's a Mercedes Army vehicle, and that takes everybody up to the start of the course, and you do a few zip lines, and then there's a short trail walk, and you do a couple more, and then we have a stop and a short trail walk, a suspension bridge, and then you're on your final 2 zip lines, and when you're on the last platform, you descend on this cool, it's a constant rappel device. You actually don't have to rappel, but you're lowered on this rope, and it's kind of cool.
Yeah, and I did really good until the very end. So we'll probably talk about that when I bring Chris. Gosh, I have so many kids in my life right now. Tyler. But yeah, I did really good. And then there's that one little hole where you have to go down off of the tree fort. And that was scary for me.
I can imagine.
So, yeah, so we'll just take a short little break, and then we're going to go into experience and some future for the Northwest Canopy Tours. Sit tight. We'll be right back with Mona from Northwest Canopy Tours.
Along the Mountain Loop Highway, an hour outside of Seattle and a world away, there's a unique place that will reinvent your camping experience. Pack-A Pride Guest Ranch is for those hikers and campers who love the outdoors and are looking for a more accessible version of what Pack-A Pride calls glamping. Glamorous camping. Enjoy their rustic yurts or covered platform camping along the famous Mountain Loop Highway. Come experience serenity and a majestic sunrise over Mount Pilchuck as alpacas set the pastoral scene. Join Pack-A Pride Guest Ranch for their 2014 Shearing Fest, Saturday, June 21st and Sunday, June 22nd, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Pack-A Pride will be shearing their herd of alpacas over the course of 2 days. This event is free, so bring a picnic lunch and experience for yourself a relaxing day at the ranch. For more details, go to packapride.com. That's P-A-C-A pride.com.
When you're ready to publish your book, go to Snohomish Publishing. Their reliable printing company offers a wide array of self-publishing services to take your work from the computer screen to the printed product. They can even work from a typed manuscript and handwritten materials. As the author, you are in control of the entire self-publishing process, including editing, designing the cover, and interior. Make their locally family-owned and operated company your source for expert printing services. Call 360-568-1242 or visit snohomishpublishing.com.
Seattle Creative Arts Center, located on Market Street in Ballard, is the place to transform the ordinary into the extraordinary. Owners Chris and Malaya Gibson offer combined experience in music, composition, lighting, art, sound recording, and teaching. It is the perfect venue for your upcoming event, fundraiser, or live performance. For rates and availability, call 206-297-6001 or visit seattlecreativearts.com. Seattle Creative Arts Center also offers guitar, bass, and piano lessons for all ages and levels. Explore your musical talents with Seattle Creative Arts Center today.
Don't forget, this is Alternative Talk, 1150 AM.
Welcome back. You're listening to Lift Your Spirits with Dina Marie. Today I'm talking with Mona Campbell from Canopy Tours Northwest. That's Canopy Tours Northwest. We were talking about zip lining, and I want to say September. I had a kid call me and say, hey, I'll do your breaks if you take me zip lining on Camino. I said, all right, so let's do that. And then it turned out his whole family joined us, and we had a really good time. No fear for me. I had a lot of fun, except for at the very end, like I said, there was this little like a bat pole kind of thing, and you get down on this, they lower you down on a rope, and I kind of had a little anxiety, and I was thinking maybe when I was little somebody tried to push me off something, but everyone else got down, and I got through my thing. But everybody there was so friendly. They're so much fun. I got lots of great video. And it's just an inexpensive, great day on Camino. And there's so much to do on Camino, too, because I know that, Mona, you'll set them up with other things when they get there afterwards.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, I could go to Kama Beach. There's restaurants on the island. So you won an award, and what was that just recently?
Yes, we were voted Best Eco Adventure in Evening Magazine's Best of the Northwest Escape contest, which was really exciting for us.
And that was like maybe a couple weeks ago, because I watched your Facebook page.
Yeah, in May, the contest usually runs April, May, and the community votes on what they think the best escapes are, and we were number one. And
I think it was out of 28, maybe. I didn't even look at the other ones, but.
I think it's a pretty big category, the Eco Adventure Tour category. There were, kayaking companies and dog sledding and all kinds of things, and so I think there were somewhere in the high 20s different ones all over Northwest Washington.
Wow, I'm going to look up dog sledding now.
I know, me too.
Yeah. So you were talking to me about some future, not events, but happenings at the farm.
Yeah, we'd love to be able to accommodate more people in terms of what they would like to do. And so we are in the design phase of a walking tour. And as I mentioned earlier, we have interpretive displays on some of our platforms of the zipline tour. And similarly, we'd like to have an interpreted walk, guided walk that would allow people to see the different habitats and learn a little bit about the place they're walking.
And how big is it, acres? Or
the whole farm is about 231 acres.
Wow.
And half of it is agriculture and half is forest. And, it was much larger many years ago, but we think this is plenty large, plenty big enough to try and manage.
And I always see a little music venue there, just in my mind's eye.
Well, it's one of the wonderful things about this place is that it is, a beautiful setting that is seen by virtually everybody that travels on the island. And so I think it has a special place in many people's hearts, and they all have their own, their own dreams for it. Mm-hmm. We, as I say, we try to do what we can to preserve its uses as they stand. And one of the wonderful things about the zipline tour is that it really is very light on the land, and so that's one of the measures of new activities.
And doing the zip lining, it's very safe. You have it doubled, and they're explaining everything the whole time. It's just really, if you're afraid of heights or something, it's a great place to start.
Yeah, we really have made every effort to build our course to exceed the standards that are out there. We have double cables when you only need a single cable. all of our guides, we certainly have them tested by a third party, but then we do additional training, and so we're very proud of our guides. They really are the ones that deliver the tour, and so as I say, we do everything we can to exceed all of the standards.
And one of our tour guides was Matt Christian, and he was funny. And it's by the end of the tour, you know him, he knows you, and they have to say your name thousands of times, don't they?
They do.
It's funny.
They do. It's part of the protocol. We want to know where everybody is on the tour at all times, and so the guides do a lot of communicating, and it's essential that they know who's going to be ziplining. So they do know everybody's name, and I think that all of our guides really enjoy that part of the tour of getting to know new people all the time.
And what do they have to say? They're like, Dina's down the line, or what do they say? Because they have to yell it out.
They would say, Dina, ready to zip. Line 1, Dina, ready to zip. And then they'll say, line 1, Dina, zip on.
Yeah, and I used to work at a big grocery store, so Dina, line 1, I was just laughing at them the whole time. But they were a lot of fun, and everyone had a different level. Like some people, me and Tyler were a little bit wild. I won't even tell you what we did. But Janene, she'll be on the show later, and it was she was just getting over heights, and she went to Sedona to actually do some work on fear, and it was so cute when she had to be hooked because she was hanging out way out in the middle, and I'm sure it was Matt that pulled her in, and he's like, okay, take your hands off and grab the hook, and she's like, no way. And I'm like, you can do it, Janene. And so she did, and when she got on there, she felt so proud of herself, and it was fun for the whole family to watch her too. It was a great experience. But yeah, listening to people yell, and some people don't make any sound. Some people go really fast. Some people go really slow, and they're like, hey, where are they? And is that because of their body weight, or?
It has to do with really their body position, and the guides sort of instruct people of how to travel on the zip line, but not everyone is comfortable in all positions. So it depends on how much wind you catch, really.
Yeah, and at the very end, they're like, Dina, we'll push you. And I'm like, do it. So, and it does. It starts so easy, and that they're explaining everything, and it is nature. I mean, you're doing a little nature tour as you're ziplining, and like you said, there's things you can read along the way, and it's just fun because you're sitting there talking to people out in the woods without distraction. We do have our phones, but there's not like a TV above, and you're not listening to the person talking to you. So it was a great experience, and it's like maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours.
It's 2.5 hours if your tour is full. We usually take 10 people at a time.
Yeah, that's about what we had. And then the weather was nice, except for at the very end, it was beautiful. We're up on that high, that platform at the end, and we could see the barn. I can see the lake, and it starts to thunder and lightning.
Oh my goodness, that's not good.
And yeah, they all made it to go watch a game or something, but it was like pouring like minutes later. It was a great experience, and we had a lot of fun.
Cool. Well, on that last platform, if it's clear, you can see Mount Baker, which is really a treat.
Well, I almost can see the Olympics from here. Almost. In Seattle. I can't see Seattle, but that's the one thing about the island, too. Mount Baker, the view. And you go around the island, and you can see the Cascades. You can see the Olympics on the other side. And on a day where it's, clear, and it's probably, the snow just makes them, like, you can touch them.
And being in the Sun Belt is amazing. I think people don't realize that we get half the rain that Seattle gets. I mean, it's so often it's nice on Camino, and it can be raining even in Stanwood, like 5 miles away. We're just fortunate to be in that Sun Belt.
I tell everyone that. I'm like, I'm going to the beach. They're like, you're going to the beach? I'm like, it's sunny here. I don't know where you're at, but it's sunny here. And so the whole Mabana, Kama, and Madrona, mm-hmm. Beautiful sunsets, and then you got the sunrises on the other side with Mount Baker. It's just a beautiful island. And I just want to thank you and your family for keeping it the way it is. That is why the island is so special. You get on the island, you don't have, I'm going to knock Walmart, but there's no big stores. And if you don't have gas, you may run out. I mean, there's Elger Bay, there's a few gas stations, but it's just one of those things and it's a big island.
So basically what you're saying is plan accordingly.
But if you're going to Camino, just remember it's for relaxation, and you're not going to shop. You're just not going to. I don't even think there's a close place to shop on the island.
Well, there is the at Brindle's out there at Terry's Corner. There's kind of a nice coffee shop with some gift items. So it's low key shopping.
Yeah, and it's local, and it's people that Ananda's farms there, and the island's very special. And somewhere someone said, we're just going to keep it this way, and I can tell by the people I meet, the artists and like the art tour, and people really care. And I just it's just a great place to just. I have to drive. I don't have to. I get to drive to Seattle Bellevue on Fridays now, and it really makes me appreciate green, slowing down, a road where no one's coming at you from the left and the right. It's just a very great mini vacation to spend the day. On Monday's great. Tuesday, because there's not a lot of people out there. The beaches can be empty. But, just to go to the island and appreciate nature and the people that live there that have kept it that way, and that would be your family.
Well, we love the island, too, and so we are very fortunate to be a part of the community.
And I invite everyone to go out. Is there anything special, like anything coming up? Or?
Well, the weather is amazing now, and summer's right around the corner. We've got we're going to grill hot dogs for Father's Day. Father's Day is always a really fun day here because you get lots of families out, and so that's one of the things we're looking forward to.
And I watch your like I said, your Facebook page, and you were doing it at night.
Yeah, in October it was really fun. We did night zipping, and everybody wears reflective bands on their wrists and ankles and headlamps, and it's a totally different experience. In the woods, you hear different things. You may see different things if you're in the right place at the right time. And so we do that leading up to Halloween.
Ooh, I want to do it this coming year. And does anybody, like when they are being asked to marry each other, do they go, "I do," as they jump off the thing?
Well, I haven't heard that, but that's, I think, an excellent idea. We should, encourage that.
Okay, I'm an ordained minister, so tell them that I would love to marry someone at the zip lining as their. Can you go? You can't go double, can you?
No. But we have not had an actual marriage here yet. We've had a vow renewal, but we haven't had a marriage. So we may be contacting you, Dina.
Oh, please do. I love doing weddings. Well, I look forward to stopping by and just watching everybody and partaking in a ziplining experience again. And I thank you for being on the show, Mona.
My pleasure. Thank you, Dina.
All right. So thank you. And we'll be right back. We're going to be talking to Tyler Erickson, and we're going to be talking about maybe balancing our life with too much activity and not enough, and facing our fears. Sit tight. We'll be right back.
Have you been searching for your tribe? Soul Food Coffee House in Redmond features live music, the finest locally roasted organic coffee, pastries, sandwiches, independent books, and an amazing community to nourish your soul. Soul Food is a great nightly destination. Attend an open mic, poetry night, or listen to live local music, and all ages are welcome. If you can't be there, well, you can watch the events online. Check out their full calendar at soulfoodcoffeehouse.com. Soul Food Coffee House in Redmond is a big dose of community. Come on in and let your light shine.
Mark your calendar. Saturday, June 7th for an evening with Sea Star. The Seattle-based band performs a blend of both old and new, Celtic and folk combined. The lead singer, Faye Wiedenhoff, is equal parts storyteller and muse. On their return from touring Scotland and Ireland, they are performing in an intimate setting June 7th at 7:30 p.m. at Kenyon Hall in West Seattle. To purchase your tickets, go to kenyonhall.org or visit weareseastar.com and like Sea Star on Facebook to get all their upcoming tour dates.
Are you passionate about living a healthy and more balanced lifestyle? If so, Seattle Natural Awakenings magazine was created for you. Seattle Natural Awakenings is a free monthly publication full of information on fitness for the whole body, mind, and spirit. and it is your go-to magazine for local events, classes, and retreats. You can find Seattle Awakenings at health food stores, educational centers, libraries, and wherever free publications are generally seen. Or get the latest issue online at seattleawakenings.com. If you are the owner of a green, healthy, and socially responsible business, we invite you to promote your natural holistic product or services with Seattle Natural Awakenings. We reach over 40,000 readers interested in healthy living in the greater Seattle area. Call 425-350-5448 for more information.
Bringing you fresh perspectives every day. Alternative Talk, 1150 AM.
Welcome back. You're listening to Lift Your Spirits with Dina Marie. Today we have Tyler Erickson on the phone. Good morning, Tyler.
Good morning, Dina.
I have to say, I meet some of the awesomest kids. Are you 20, 21?
22 now.
22?
Turned 22.
Time
Yeah.
flies. So I met Tyler a year ago. We were doing a little retreat, and I think you were the only male there, weren't you?
I sure was, yep.
You got a lot of healing that weekend. So he got his first chakra tune-up and some Reiki, and Tyler's got a big heart. When you got the reading, what was your prescription?
Oh, I need to work on finishing things.
Finishing things.
Yeah.
And I also noticed that Tyler has a very, he has no fear. And so we became friends on Facebook, and I was watching some of your posts, and I'm like, one was, I think your mom showed me, and you were doing a flip into a pond while you were hiking somewhere.
Oh, yep. Yeah, that was a good hike.
Yeah, that was a crazy flip, too. And so I kind of thought, hey, one day me and Tyler are going to have a heart-to-heart about that flip. And then you called me and said, hey, Dina, I'll do your breaks, and if you take me ziplining, I'm like, psh, I've been wanting to go ziplining. That is perfect. So we planned it after you did my breaks. Hey, get it? Breaks, that's a metaphor. Slowing down.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we were going to do something really safe, and then the whole...
Where's my rim shot when I really, really need one, right? That's so cheese.
It's good.
I know, it's good.
So anyways, me and Tyler might be mirroring each other about living life to the fullest. And so we went ziplining, and his mom joined us, and his brother and his father. So you were also doing something prior to that, and that was rock climbing?
Yeah, I'm still pursuing that and learning more about that. I don't do it as much as I would like to, but I ran into a nice gentleman here at work, and he's literally showing me the ropes for rock climbing. So that's been really fun, yeah.
Yeah, and when you said you were rock climbing and he's mentoring you, really. He's teaching you something.
Yeah.
Something safe.
Yes, we always use ropes when we're climbing. Unless we're climbing under 10 feet, that never happens. So we always have harnesses and our helmets when we're outdoors. And, yes, it's as safe as it could be.
And that makes me happy. And then we did the zip line, which was ultra safe for us.
Yeah.
We did hang upside down. I didn't want to tell Mona that. We just did it once.
Yeah.
And Tyler, it's not long enough for us to really do it justice, the upside down thing, but we did try that.
Yeah.
And then you, guess what I got to see Tyler do about a month ago? What did you do, Tyler?
I went skydiving for the first time.
And it was so cool because I actually had time, and he put it on Facebook. I got to go see Tyler do it because I really wanted to jump out of an airplane, but I am so afraid of it. I mean, I almost make myself sick thinking about it. So tell us about your experience.
My first jump was tandem from 15,000 feet. And it was a Sunday evening. The sun was going down. It was beautiful. Free falling at 15,000 feet. You free fall for about a minute, going 120 miles an hour. But with the guy strapped behind you, that was his 11th jump of the day. There's really no stress or nothing to worry about, but just enjoying the ride. And we actually got a chance to swing by a hot air balloon when we were under the canopy, and it was the perfect first experience. So after that, now I'm pursuing getting my license. So I'm actually doing another jump this Saturday after work, so I can become licensed and then maybe even become an instructor one day. But we'll see where it takes me.
And I can't wait to have you on the show telling me you're an instructor, because I really see that for you. That'd be a great part-time or full-time position for you.
Yeah.
And when I watched you, like I said, it was just a weird day that I could actually come out from the island and watch the whole thing. They let Tyler wait till the very last jump. So he got to go with all the other instructors.
Instructors and other licensed skydivers, yeah.
Yeah, and they didn't have anyone on their backs. They were all just going for the fun of it. And it was Tyler. Was it just you that was?
I was the only tandem, yeah.
Yeah, so he got treated very well. He was going to see the sun go down, and I'm trying to figure out who he is in the air. And there's a hot air balloon watching the sun go down, and guess where Tyler is? On top of it almost.
Yeah. No, our canopy was about 10 to 15 feet from it. It makes the people in the hot air balloon a little bit nervous because they can't do anything about it. But
no, and it was a lot of fun. And like I said, before that, I've had people want to take me over and over again, and I just couldn't even imagine myself jumping. And when I went there and I saw how well done it was, and it was the instructors, and it was just a really good vibe. If I can say that's what I got from it, they were just really free-spirited, nice, fun. I heard a couple of them saying that they work with special needs people at their jobs during the day, and then they do this later on the weekends. Or it was just, I just thank you, because it was such a great experience for me.
yeah, no, I can't wait to have you out there at Harvey Field, and we'll both jump.
Well, guess where I'm going after this? I'm going to go make my reservations at Harvey Field to jump out of an airplane.
Okay.
And I thank you. And I will definitely be thinking of you and when you go Saturday, for sure. I just have to say, too, people come into my life, and I think sometimes I help them, but other times they come in. I mean, it's just a give situation. And I just really enjoy, I think I enjoy meeting people with the reading, because you get to know them like so quickly,
Yeah.
And I just really appreciate you and your family. Of course, we have to always thank Paulette for doing the gatherings she does and bring us all together. So, Tyler, I think what we're going to do is we're going to get your mom on the line. Can you stay just for 5 more minutes?
Yeah, I can do 5 minutes. Yeah, that's fine.
Cool, because I want to talk to you two together, all right? Okay, so sit tight. We'll be right back with Lift Your Spirits with Dina Marie.
This June, get out and experience island time for a change. Camano Island is closer than you may think and easily accessible by bridge. Come for a fun, relaxing day or the entire weekend. Spend Saturday, June 7th from 10:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the 2014 Youth Fishing Derby at Kama Beach State Park Center for wooden boats. The shore fishing class begins at 10:30 and the Youth Fishing Derby begins at noon. Registration is free and there are prizes for all age groups. No Discover Pass or fishing licenses are required, and be sure to check out the discounted rowboat rentals at only $20 during the Derby. For more information, visit cwb.org. That's cwb.org. Or call 360-387-9361. Island Time. It's just a short drive away.
Lift your spirits with Dina Marie and friends. Saturday, June 7th, 10 to 3 p.m. at the Wellness Connection. Wellness professionals from the Stanwood, Camano Island, and Arlington areas will host this event. From alternative medicine to physical fitness, they are bringing the area's top professionals together for a day of celebration and inspiration. Guest teachers and speakers will lead demonstrations in healthy cooking, fitness, health awareness, and much more. These classes are free to the public and will run throughout the day. For more information about the Wellness Connection, sponsored by Studio Z in Stanwood Commons, call 425-212-8205, like us on Facebook, or visit liftyourspiritswithdinamarie.com. We look forward to connecting with you.
Come and get your passport to discover the real Camano Island at Summerfest on Saturday, June 7th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Summerfest is a community event featuring local businesses and organizations on Camano Island. There will be music, food, and fun for the entire family. Find out about obtaining your free passport to discover the real Camano Island at the event. Visit vendors to have it stamped and enter a drawing for a beautiful glass vase created by local glass artist Mark Ellinger of Glass Quest, valued at $150. Visit the Camano Island Marketplace to enjoy an organic coffee with a gluten-free muffin from Shambhala Bakery. treat or indulge in a rich and delicious homemade chocolate, the Collective on tap will be open at their new location on the island and will be presenting the best of breed craft beer from Washington Brewmasters. If a glass of Chardonnay is your beverage of choice, stop by the Wine Garden to lift your spirits. Summerfest will take place at the Commons at Terry's Corner on Camano Island. For more information, go to camanoisland.org.
Listen live at 1150kknw.com. Alternative Talk, 1150 AM.
Welcome back. You're listening to Lift Your Spirits with Dina Marie and friends. I got Janene Evans on the phone and Tyler Erickson. Janene is Tyler's mother, and she went ziplining with us, and it was a really good experience. It was supposed to be just me and Tyler, and then the whole family came along, and I kind of feel like a teenager when I hang out with families. I just feel like one of the family, and it's a lot of fun. So good morning, Janene.
Good morning.
So how did you feel about your ziplining experience?
It was amazing because I had actually had no fear of heights at that time. Well, it was like 90%. I was good, but it was just amazing to feel the freedom of ziplining through the trees like that. It's such a beautiful setting, and to be with my family and you, Dina, you're always fun. It was just a great experience.
And you know, Tyler was supposed to, his prescription was to finish things. And it's funny, he made the phone call, then he and I got together, did the breaks, then we did the zip lining, and it turned into something that we didn't plan, and it was unplanned. That is the best thing in life, is when somebody makes the phone call and it gets bigger than you ever imagined. And
yes.
It happened pretty spontaneously too.
Yes, that was great.
And my favorite part was when you kind of were sitting out there in the middle, and I think it was Matt had to hook you and bring you in.
Yeah, I was a little nervous about letting go and letting them, pull me in. I didn't know why I had to let go, really, but
those metaphors just keep coming back to us.
It was fun.
You ever seen Nemo?
It's all about trust, right?
It is about trust, and you had the double zip line, so you weren't going to go anywhere. And when he said let go and he reached out for you, it was just great, because I have that on a video, and and hanging out with your husband, and it just, I don't know, I can't put words to it except for that we're really proud of you for doing it.
Oh, thank you.
And like I said, I was pretty scared. You guys are all going down at the end, and I got some anxiety about getting down that little hole where we had to leave.
Oh, yeah, that was fun. I like that part.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You guys are all that's not a big deal for you, but now I'm trying to breathe. I'm thinking good thoughts, and then
I remember how nervous you were.
And nobody could see it, but yeah. And then, so Tyler jumped out of an airplane, and you and I were watching him. What were you thinking about that?
I wasn't nervous about him doing that. I mean, he's done a lot of things in his young life, and I, pretty much, I don't get nervous as much anymore. So, I trust, and I knew he was in good hands, and, he needs to pursue all these things that he wants to do. So that's what life's all about.
Wow. And another letting go, huh?
Yeah.
All of us learning to let our kids be themselves and grow and learn on their own.
Yes, exactly.
So, Tyler.
Yeah.
Are you going to be there, Janene, to watch him jump Saturday?
Sorry?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know?
If I'll be there? Yeah, probably not. I don't.
Yeah. It's not a huge deal anymore. It's just kind of I'm just going to school, basically.
Cool.
So,
Yeah.
Cool. So Tyler's going to school, and then he's going to go to work, and then I can see him doing a tandem. I'm going to go tandem with you. I just know it. It's going to happen. God, that's going to be cool, isn't it?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Oh, because
that's trust, isn't it?
Oh, because he had to finish something. He made that phone call about ziplining, and here he is on the radio. And I just thank you, Tyler, for being on the show, and I look forward to seeing you in person again.
Thank you, Dina. It's good talking with you.
All right, have fun at work. So, Janene, we're going to talk about what you did in Sedona, and the show is really about. Last week was about having an idea and acting on it and following through, which Tyler did, and then this week is about, there's something that stops us. There's a people that don't get on the dance floor, and there's those people that dance too much and they're just over danced. And there's something in the middle and that balance. And you went to Sedona to really face some of your fears?
Well, yeah, I went with a group of friends, and we just went for, we love to go into Sedona. It's just real spiritual there, and we like the hiking and all that. Well, we had set up a hike or a tour like with a shaman. His name is Regilio, and he took us on it's called a shaman walk or something. Anyway, he took us to a place called the Wind Tunnels, and we get up on this cliff, and there's like a rock, you have to step out like a foot to this other rock that's on the cliff, and that's like hundreds of feet down. And he wants you to, step out there and put your arms up. I don't remember what that's called, that pose that you do, that your arms go up. And anyway, you're like balancing on this rock, and I'm watching all my friends do it. They're all getting out there and doing it, and I said, no. I shook my head. I said, there's no way I can get out there and do that. And I go, you're going to have to go with me. And he pretty much had to hold me the whole time. It's like I couldn't even get my arms up high enough, So we got off, and he goes, well, that's nothing compared to what we're going to do. And
I'm getting scared.
Well,
that.
I go, I got a fear of heights. I go, unless you can do something about that, I don't know, if I can do this. And he said, okay, I'll help you. And right then and there, we just stopped, and he did NLP on me. He did tapping. He did chanting, all within 5 to 10 minutes. I was a different person. I mean, it was the most amazing thing in my life. I mean, I went right back out next to the edge, and he said, what's your fear level? And I said, probably a 9. I mean, not 9, like a 2, because it had been like a 10. You kind of go through this whole process of, where your fear level is and then where it is after. And it had dropped down so low that we went on the little wind tunnel tour, and it's like climbing on cliffs. You actually hang on rocks, and you swing around to another tunnel. And, it's like being a little monkey. You have to, really just kind of just swing around. And I felt like a monkey. I felt so free. I was swinging around. Everybody was just in shock because nobody, thought I would do that. And I was just free from then on. I've been free. And that was back in May of 2013. And then I think we went in September to Canopies Northwest for the zip lining. And that was, a piece of cake. I mean, you're all hooked up and everything. You got, it's all about safety.
It's about safety, yeah.
So there was no fear really at all with that. I mean, they're teeny bit, nothing to stop me though. It's just amazing if you can be cured of your fear of heights. The whole world opens up to you. I mean, you can just do so much more. And I just feel good about that because my family, like Tyler and my husband Mike and my other son Matt, they're adventurous and they like doing stuff like that. So, now I feel like I can keep up,
Well, and about balance. So I do the readings, and sometimes somebody overcompensates because you have 3 boys that are very courageous. And so you're kind of sitting back going, and now maybe there's a little bit more balance in the family.
Yes.
And that's good for everyone.
We try to ground Tyler, we try to ground him, because he gets, he likes to try a lot of different things. And
yeah, when I saw the motorcycle jumping over the fire, I thought, hey, he's gone too far.
What? Did I see that one?
It's just one of those like, dude, I don't like that. Don't do it. He said he didn't do it. He was just with friends.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's more balance in the family, and it's just fun, to also. Your husband's name is it David? Mike. And he's just watching Tyler jump, and he's not jumping. I thought that was really, really good too,
Yeah, well, Mike had jumped years before when Tyler was probably 3. And I took both the boys. We watched Mike jump. years ago. I think the kids were like 1 and 3, and so he's already done that. I don't think he really needs to do it again.
Yeah. He's gonna do the stuff where he stays home and watches, and then you're gonna do the things that are kind of crazy, so there's balance. How's that? And when you're talking about that, Cliff, that kind of made me scared. So I know that's a fear that I have inside me, and I when I feel that fear, I know that I have an issue with it. And I love that I was a hypnotherapist because I know there's something. And I think someone did try to push me or threaten push me off of like a fort or something when I was a kid, because that's what it triggered, that memory, you know.
Right.
That fear. And that fear, I realized if I face it, it's like how hard it is for someone to do public speaking or to be on the radio or for me to even get up and talk about how I feel used to be very hard. But it's just, you do it once and it gets easier and easier.
Yeah, or you can have NLP done.
Or NLP, but I have to say, even if you went to a healer or you went somewhere, your intentions were behind it. And so it really ultimately goes back to you.
Right.
Because you could have stayed home and did nothing. And you're the one. If you bring people into your life that help you, you still made the intention and you still made the effort and you did it. That's how I feel.
Yeah, face the fear.
Face the fear and do it anyways. And then also remember, you get really good at getting on the dance floor and you get really good at jumping out of airplanes. Then there's a point where maybe you should be watching other people or mentor them, because I can dance too much and I can do, I mean, you know, I'm everywhere. And sometimes I'm getting that slow down, Dina.
Yeah.
And let other people shine and do their dance. And you can just sit back and watch. And I kind of think the little Lopez trip is about me just chilling.
Uh-huh.
And let other people get on the dance floor. And maybe this time I'll watch. I do that sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, Janene, I am just happy to know you and your family. And I'm so glad that you're in my life. And I look forward to the next time we're together.
Thank you, Dina. Oh, I'm just so honored to know you, too. And you brought a lot into our lives. I mean, you even came out here and did what'd you do here? You did
Well, we did the feng shui thing. So
feng shui.
I'm
so sorry,
much
my mind is not working.
Feng shui.
Oh, yeah, you feng shuied my house. And it's been wonderful.
And the part two, I was trying to think, how did I get to your house with Ethan, my grandson, one day? And I thought, Tyler was going to do my breaks, but I just ended up eating dinner with you guys because the right parts weren't in the box. And I'm like, how did I get to your house in Carnation? I don't remember how I got there. And me and Ethan were sitting on your little pond, at your pond looking frogs. I'm like, I couldn't figure out how I got there and why I was there, but it was about zip lining and Tyler doing my breaks.
Yeah.
So we'll thank Tyler for listening to his inner voice, and life is good.
Yes.
All right, Janene, well, take care, and I'll see you soon.
All right, thank you, Dina.
Bye-bye. So next week, I'll be having my 50th birthday party at Kama Beach. It's kind of turning into come and celebrate
the
life.
Big 5. Oh, whoop, whoop. Make it happen, girl.
Here's the thing that's really cool. So the boat center, I joined them, and then I'm renting their cabin. I got to know them very, very well. So they've been pondering having music down there, and I know lots of great bands. And so Sea Star, my favorite Celtic band, will be introducing music to the boathouse at 4 o'clock if anybody wants to come down. And you need a park pass. That's $30 for a year or $10 for the day. Bring some food. Just, if nothing else, it's a tasting of Kama Beach or Camino Island if you'd like to come out. Everyone's welcome. I mean, it's a public place. Come out and check out the band. I just want you to celebrate life, you know. I have to read this. It's Maya Angelou. And you know when I look at her name, it says Angel, O-U Angel, her last name. This is what I want to say today. It says, her quote is, "My mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive and to do so with some passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style." And I think that's what she did. She was a shining light. And I encourage everyone else to get out there and shine your light. And next week, I have 2 special guests, Kelly Hogan and Justin Johnson. I mentored some kids years ago in the town of Snohomish. They came to me at 16. The story's very, very special. And they hung out with me for 2 years after school while they were in high school. And they would get out at noon and they would come to my office and learn Reiki and energy work. They also volunteered with me at festivals, fairs, and these children, young adults, and now my best friends and my family, I just want to introduce them to you next week. And I also have Stella Hudson, who's a young youngster doing exactly the same thing. I have these beautiful, they're kids still to me. They're 20 years old. They're kids. And they come into my life, and they're precious. So I just want to introduce you to some of these great kids doing great things. And I also have Mark Ellinger from Glass Quest, and we're going to be talking about Summerfest. So fairs, festivals, music, getting out there, enjoying life. And I invite you to come to my birthday party and celebrate your life. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you. You'll be hearing me next week at 8 a.m. Take care.